5 reasons to buy a Leica M body, a best value Leica M body in 2024. I want to share with you why I've bought this Leica M and why I do recommend to buy a Leica M camera. Let's talk about this now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and I like to talk about photography tips and tricks and photography gear because I do feel that composition and photography, it is very related to the camera gear that you are using. For me, gear does matter because it's influencing a lot the final image. A full frame camera will give you a full frame like image. A micro four thirds camera, a micro four thirds like image, a 50mm focal length, a 50mm compression in the final image. A camera with an optical viewfinder versus a camera with a tilt screen will make the final image look different because when you are composing using the optical viewfinder, you'll have another direction of your angle of your camera compared to a down angle when you are using a tilt screen. Of course, it depends on how able you are to move and to compose using different cameras, but in the end the design and the functionalities of the camera are influencing the composition. And from my long time experience in shooting different cameras and rangefinder like cameras like Fujifilm X Pro 3, I've discovered that the most enjoyable part is a camera that has a rangefinder window. So an optical viewfinder, not a through the lens viewfinder, not an EVF, but a simple rangefinder window. This is helping me be in the moment. So this is my first bonus tip if you aren't convinced why you need a Leica M body, is that because of the optical viewfinder, you are in the moment. You must imagine your picture, you must imagine how you composed the image, you must set the aperture, set the ISO, set the shutter speed, and the experience is totally different from a point and shoot camera. And this kind of photography, it really makes you to be in a state of mind, of a relaxation, of meditation, of awareness. It's really something. And Henri Cartier-Bresson really addressed this. And now using a Leica M camera, a Leica M body, I'm feeling this. I'm understanding more and better what Henri Cartier-Bresson was saying. And this never happened to me with a camera that has an EVF or a tilt screen. Yes, you have some awareness moments with those cameras, but not like on this. This is reality. This is another level. So if you understand all these things, and if you know that you need a rangefinder Leica M camera because there is no other alternative, let's talk about my reasons why would you want to choose and what camera body and Leica body you should choose. So first of all, there are several cameras bodies. If you will study the market, you will find out that we have the Leica M9, a very old, I would say, Leica digital body, Leica M240 and MP240, a 9 and 10 years old Leica M body, Leica M10, Leica M10R, and Leica M11. Also there is Leica MD, Leica monochrome, and so on and so on. But when you look at the prices, you'll discover that the best value price, I would say, it's Leica M240. But I've decided to buy Leica MP240 because the body is newer and it has a better buffer. Also, you have a sapphire screen here. So a little newer camera, and I've got a very good copy with just 3000 shots. So this is my best value Leica camera that I could recommend. I would not go for a Leica camera that doesn't have live view. Why? Because the live view of the Leica camera, it's not like on a Fujifilm camera, it's not like on a Sony camera, it's not something that you would want to use because the screen, I don't know how to explain it, it is a little laggish and it's not something that you would use as much as on X Pro 3 camera, as on X Pro 2 camera, or as on other camera that has a normal screen. So even if you have a screen, you'll not be tempted to use the screen. It's not working like other cameras. So I do recommend get a camera with a screen, because when you will need a screen, let's say there are some moments when you will need to use the screen, then you will be able to use it. So this is my best value Leica M camera that I could recommend, and yes, if you have the budget, probably the M10 it will be a better suited camera for you, but I feel that the M240 it is one of the greatest Leica M cameras, and I will address the next point. So why did I choose this camera? Because it has almost the same weight as other Leica cameras. Yes, it's a little thicker, but the weight is similar to Leica M10. From what I understand, they are just 20 grams difference. And you have here, the next point, a very big chunky battery that is lasting forever and forever and forever. More than that, you don't have the Leica red logo. The camera, it's very stealthy. It's very, very stealthy. You aren't observed with this camera. A Leica M10 camera or M240 with the red logo and with all the shiny things, I'm feeling that it's more observing. But with this, I didn't have any problems. Really no problems. I'm really feeling very invisible with this camera. Very, very invisible. And I'm also liking a lot the logo on the top of the camera. So the weight is the same. The battery, it's great. And now let's get to the next point. The next point are the JPEGs and the RAW files. Yes, you have a first generation CMOS sensor, but the rendering of this sensor, the colors, the JPEGs are outstanding, are really, really outstanding. The color, it's top-notch rendering, so soft and vintage and modern-like in the same time, soft and sharp in the same time, with micro contrast, with 3D pop, with very good grain-like noise. The noise is so small, so grain-like looking. You'll have some bending problems in some low light situations, but if you know photography, I really do think that in general the people that are wanting a Leica, they have a level in photography. So I'm guessing I'm not talking with a total beginner. So if you have some expertise in photography, so you know to make composition, you know to use an f1.4 lens to acquire light, you know to search for the light, you know to make the settings, then you'll have no problems in acquiring and in getting amazing pictures, being low light, being indoors, being outdoors. So personally, because of my experience, I'm not feeling any constraint. But yes, if you are a beginner, if you are accustomed with Sony model sensors, then yes, it could be a problem for you. But if you know photography, if you know composition, there will be no problems regarding the sensor. I'm getting pure joy from this camera. This is the camera that I'm putting my hand most of the time from the moment that I've got it. I didn't feel the need to pick up a Fujifilm camera, to pick up a Sony camera, to pick up a Ricoh camera and so on. No, this is the one. This camera, it's offering me joy from A to Z, from the experience to the final results that are always wow. So the final results are always wow. The image quality, even if it's an old camera, for myself, for my taste, are amazing. I would have no problems in using this camera in wedding photography, in event photography, in paid portraiture photography, and also for family, for street photography, for documentary photography, with flash photography, for fashion photography. No worries. This camera will deliver and will deliver and will deliver. But of course, you must know what you are doing. And the final point is that you have lots of lenses. So you should buy a Leica M, because the lenses that you can get, and again, amazing lenses, not just any kind of lenses. We don't talk about all kinds of standard lenses, Fujifilm lenses, Sony lenses, micro four thirds lenses. No, we are talking about magic lenses. We have many magic lenses in this system, because the system, it's rendering images in a special, unique way. So you have top-notch lenses from Leica, you have vintage lenses from Leica, you have amazing lenses from Voigtlander, you have third-party great lenses and budget-friendly lenses from third manufacturer parties like TT Artisan, like 7 Artisan, and so on. So you have amazing options. New lenses, old lenses, vintage lenses that can be adapted and they will work. And the rangefinder lenses are rendering images in a totally different way on a Leica system compared to a Sony full-frame system, compared to a Nikon Z camera, and so on. So this is why you will not get the magic using a Leica adapted lens on a Sony camera or on a Nikon ZF camera. You will not be there. The magic is Leica body with Leica dedicated lenses, being third party or even made by Leica. So having all this in mind, let's talk about my final bonus tip. Why would you want to buy a Leica? Does a Leica price can be justified? For myself, yes. Now experiencing this Leica, I do understand the value. It's not a fashionable tool. It's not a status tool. Yes, it can be for some people that have the money and they just want a camera to be flashy. But if you are passionate about photography, if you want to enjoy photography at the purest level, if you want to enjoy photography, and if you are passionate about street photography, if you are passionate about Henri Cartier-Bresson photography, if you are passionate about all these things, if you are passionate about light and how light is rendering, if you are passionate about being in the moment, present, and don't have a small screen interfere between you and the world, the only system that can offer you this, it's a Leica M system, a rangefinder system. Because from A to Z, you get top-notch experience and top-notch quality without any compromises. So, no compromises from step A to step Z. This is my impression about the Leica M-Body camera now that I was able to use it. Of course, personally, I didn't think ever that a Leica camera it's a fashion tool or it's just a tool like another tool. I've always thought that it's a good tool, but I didn't expect to be such an amazing, extraordinary tool that will exceed my expectations. So when I've decided to buy this camera, I had my doubts. I said maybe it will not deliver for me. Maybe I will not like it. The minimum focus distance, I will not like it, I said to myself. The manual focusing with rangefinder, I will not click with it. I'm not good. I can't do it. But no, it's not true. When I'm using this camera with the optical viewfinder, I'm not feeling restricted by the minimum to focus distance. All it's natural when you take the camera to the eye. Next, the optical viewfinder, the rangefinder system, the mechanism of focusing this camera and even with the screen, it is top-notch, no complaints. I have punch-in zoom with any old lens because I know how to set this camera and I will show you how to set it up. I will show you how to set this camera in a future video. So if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment and share my videos with your friends. And what is helping me more and it's helping the YouTube algorithm more, it's click the next video here. Click the next video right now.